How are y'all today on this beautiful Saturday? Hope y'all are doing well. So the sound bowl that I'm listening to is to align your chakras. So I hope you feel aligned once you exit, or at least while you're here. Oh, I'm sorry about your dad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. That's like one of the pains of becoming an adult, watching your parents grow older. There's like nothing you can do about it. Thank you, Clay. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I've been enjoying the peace and quiet. Just checking in with y'all. One thing I do want to say, there may be a moment today or this weekend that you feel compelled to go out your way, and I just want to say don't. Conserve your energy, protect your energy. A lot of y'all have really kind hearts, and you're always looking out for people. I always say this. Look out for yourself this time. It's not worth it. If you like trying to pour into another individual and trying to like give them love or whatever it is that you call yourself doing cost you something, even your peace, just don't do it. You're not a bad person because you witness somebody who needs some advice or some love or whatever, and you don't give it to them. Because if you're not giving it to them because you're trying to protect your peace, because you know this person could possibly be negative or not receptive to what you're trying to give them, then just don't do it. It's okay. You're not a bad person, I promise. It's okay. Like, it's totally cool. Yes, pour into yourself, because I just feel like a lot of you guys, you've been pouring into other people for so long, and it's like, okay, we get it. You're healing, you're positive, but a lot of times people don't see that at that time. There's no point. There really is no point. David, if you want to have a conversation with me, you gotta book me for a session, sweetheart. I experienced that yesterday. My soul was like, no. Well, you know what, Corrine? You listen to your soul, and that's all that matters, because some people don't listen. Okay, including myself. So as long as you're listening to yourself, you're listening to that nudge and that sign that's like, don't do it. You have nothing to prove. There's nothing to prove. You don't have to tell this person anything. And I guarantee you, it's probably somebody that you have told countless times this same thing over and over again. Stop. If they haven't figured it out by now, they're either never going to figure it out, or this is just not your project. It's not your project. It's not your patient. Okay? Be your own project. Be your own patient. I wanted to reach out to my sister a few minutes ago to talk to her, but because of her, I had to cut ties. I just feel like in that situation, you gotta trust your gut, because sometimes people pull on your energy. because y'all are sensitive to energy. So it could be, and I could be wrong, right? But I just want to give you a different perspective if you haven't thought about it. Sometimes when you're very sensitive to energy, you feel somebody else's energy pulling on you, somebody pulling on your energy, because this person wants to talk to you. This person is thinking about you. And it makes you compelled to reach out to them, but that's really not what you should do. That's just what they want you to do. So always pray on it and check yourself. Like, meditate, go into your body. Like, should I really reach out to my sister? Is this something that I really need to do? Or is this her pulling on my energy? So be careful. What do y'all be talking about? Book a what? A session. You have to book a session. So if you're trying to speak to me, you would have to book me for a session. I have one-on-one sessions with people who need spiritual guidance. Look in the description box. Otherwise, we will never speak. Just being real. And that's just like a boundary that I have. Because a lot of times, especially men, I want to get to know you. I want to talk to you. No, stop, please. There's no reason for you to speak to me, like just to converse and have like a whole conversation, unless you're one of my clients. Now we can like, hey, how you doing? We can talk in the, like, in the comments, but no, let's not be weird. People are pulling on my energy through my dreams even. Yeah. Ugh, that's annoying. I hate people do that. I have a clear mind and I'm moving forward in my divine purpose. Good. How can I take my power and energy back after a really bad downfall? I mean, if it was really bad, it sounds like you hit rock bottom, which is a great place to be because you can't go any lower than that. I would say just first of all, just allow like whatever you're feeling to like go through that process of feeling your emotions and like your feelings and like kind of self-reflect and cry and like whatever. You just make sure that you're finished releasing, because if you're not finished releasing, there's kind of nothing that you can do to get out of that state that you're in. Like you feel like you fell off or whatever. But once you are done releasing, or you have released enough, it like opens up and clears up your auric field, and whatever it is that you are needing or whatever it is that you're manifesting that you've been praying or asking for can enter you. It can enter your space because you have cleared the energy. You have released the energy. So those two things go hand in hand. So just allow, like, just let whatever you feel happen, like literally grieve, go through the healing process so you can make space in your auric field. Exactly. You'll have a clear mind. You'll have clarity. In the moment you do that, God will do the rest, in my opinion. If you don't believe in God, you can say the universe, you can say your highest self, whatever you subscribe to will do the rest, because really that's the one thing that God cannot do for us. He can't heal for us. That's our part. And if you expect God to do his, do yours. So just heal, release, all of that. Yes, accept your situation. And then even during that process, if you want to like, because I know when I had my little, my Job season, my dark night of the soul, whatever, during that process, once I got to a place mentally where I could think more clear, I just started manifesting. I started like activating my mind powers and like this is before I started my YouTube channel. I just started manifesting. I started writing things I wanted. And God was like, okay, here you go. But he gave it to me because I released so much energy. Like my energy was everywhere. And once I released it and went within, the blessings started pouring down. So think of it like that. Like everything's just going to kind of flow. Who's being racist? Thanks, Dara. Out with the old, in with the new. Yes. Excuse me. Point of view, you took gender studies. What is that? You took gender studies? Good for you, honey. Get that degree. Walk the path and you'll be in divine accordance. All setbacks, rejection, depression is a blessing in disguise. It's a better entrance. What does that say? I've never seen that word before. Intrinsically. It's better intrinsically for you to value the yin yang. That's true though. And then if you are like a natural born alchemist, you gonna get your butt whooped. Y'all, you gonna go through some situations because you need that energy to work with, to be honest. That's why rock bottom is like, it can be such a good place. Yeah, let them know, Ken. Y'all like the live as y'all come in. I was just thinking earlier about how specifically just like that feminine energy and how there's women, and I know men do this too, but stay with me. How like women call themselves goddesses and queens and things of that nature. And I was just thinking the best type of queen or the best type of goddess is not even somebody who was born like royal, so to speak. This is not somebody who was born just like rich and beautiful and like a castle, like, you know, like the Nepo baby type. The best queens and goddesses are someone who had to pull themselves out of chaos and darkness, because it's like the energy that she was given to work with and who it turned her into is something that cannot be compared at all. Like, that's just how energy works. As low as you fall, that's how high you will rise. Think about the worst thing that's ever happened to you. You have the ability to rise so high. Like, your potential is limitless. It might not feel good, but it works out in your favor when you do the work. Precisely. Good, Lana. I'm proud of you. That's good. I think now, I mean, experiment. Experiment right now with like manifestation and like scribing. So just like write down some things that you want to manifest, even if it's just peace, good health, whatever. Write down some things you want to manifest. Focus on like also your feelings, because that's really important, especially when it comes to manifestation, especially when you're in a good place mentally. You want to focus on that feeling of that thing that you want and not necessarily the thing itself. So like, this would be a fun time to experiment and see how fast you can manifest, and just write down things that you want and envision the life that you want, how you're going to feel. Do certain things that whatever you can do that highest version of you would be doing, do that. Like, this is a time for like self-development and growth. Now that you have accepted your circumstances, have fun. This is just a game. You just gotta know how to play it. Thank you, Ariana. Yes, a diamond grows under pressure, and that's a fact. I don't see the link. The link to what? I've been through a lot, but I refused to fall, pick myself up from the trenches, and kept it moving to bigger and better. Exactly. Where's the link to what? How to gain my energy back after beating an energy vampire. At first, I used to be so condemning to myself, but now I feel a headache today after beating them. Is it also weakness? I don't know. How do you know that's an energy vampire? I feel like just say it. Just say I call my energy and power back to me now. Sometimes you gotta call these demons by name though. So sometimes like when you say, don't just say I call my energy and power back to me. Say the name of that person. Like I call my energy and power back to me from blank, and just recite it over and over again and imagine that energy coming back to you. I've been working on that some already. I'm keeping at it now. I've been more creative lately, so I've been playing around with that recently. Yes. It's so fun. It's so fun. I love to, I don't know. I just love like experimenting and like seeing all that I could become and like manifest or whatever. Do I believe in evil eye? I do believe in it, but I don't believe it has the power to affect me. Like evil eye, I mean, that's just a term, but I feel like, I mean, somebody being envious of you or hating on you, they're sending you evil eye. It just has no power to affect me. I have a video I was going to post today, but it may not go up until Sunday or Monday because of a certain reason that's just really annoying. But it's a lesson learned from that situation because I need to start doing things a little bit differently. That's why I went on live today, just in case I can't upload my video today. Make sure I give y'all something. Yes, your mind has to be stronger than evil eyes. Your mind is, though. The mind is way more powerful than a hater. If you say it is, and you body that energy. Because again, some of y'all are, I mean, I just feel like all of y'all are very sensitive to energy. And I feel like you just didn't know that for so long, how sensitive to energy that you were. So when people project it onto you, it lowers your vibration because you were not aware of your own energy. You weren't in your body. Now, especially you've been watching me for a while, that's not even something that should be a problem for you. I know everybody's on different levels of their spiritual journey, but for those of you who've been watching me for like at least a year, that should not be an issue for you. You should be so aware of your energy. When somebody projects onto you, you can shake that off, transmute it, alchemize it, whatever you need to do in like minutes, seconds. I did my makeup today, had me feeling all goddessy. I love it. I love it. You don't need makeup, but makeup is fun. It's definitely something fun to play in. It's like art. Yeah, I very much am. I feel people's energy from a handshake or a hug. I get that. But also one thing I noticed, and it could be something that takes practice. One thing I noticed is that when you're really in tune with your own energy and you shake somebody's hand or hug them, your energy is not going to be affected. Because that's one thing I was wondering when I did like my meet and greet. I was wondering, like, of course, people are going to want to shake my hand or they're going to want hugs or whatever. That meet and greet did not affect my energy whatsoever. And it's because I was in my body. Like, when you know, like, you're that powerful, you're that, like, grounded, okay, you can shake a million hands. It's not going to throw you off at all. I don't wear it. Something just said playing today. It was like a vibration lifter. It really is. Because when you look good, you feel good. Okay? That's like magic right there. I love that. I hope you took some pictures. Honestly, I haven't meditated as long as I should, so that's probably why. I mean, even if you can just do 5 minutes a day, that's better than nothing. I love a quick, if I just got 5 minutes and that's all I got, I love a quick 5 minute meditation. The key is just to do it consistently and do it like as many times a week as you can, to be honest. Before bed or first thing in the morning is the best time to do it. But yeah. It's okay. It takes practice. And you may not always be on point. It's just you're going to notice. Okay. When I'm around other people, I know how to protect my energy around other people. Like, I'm not, especially for people who feel really drained. Like, when you know how sometimes you get around like a bunch of people and you feel like super drained, and you get home and you're back in your space and you just like want to not leave the house or be around people for like a week or however long. I've learned to protect my energy around other people so I don't feel drained. And you can also tell when other people who crave your energy or they need your energy, they try to siphon it, but it's not always some magical voodoo type of thing. It could just be them trying to get a certain reaction out of you. Somebody can siphon your energy just by trying to get a reaction out of you or wanting you to like give more to the conversation than what's needed, if that makes sense. I love to meditate by singing certain mantras sometimes. Silent meditation is good too, but sometimes singing mantras has extra energy with it for me. I think I don't really know how to protect my energy from people who need it. I mean, first step is awareness. In order to protect your energy, you got to know what your energy is, and you have to be able to set it apart from everybody else's. That's something I feel like takes practice. Like, it's not something like I can always recommend meditating all day, and the reason I do that for y'all is because your energy is very healing, and if you're sensitive to energy, you need to be grounded consistently. And through being grounded, that's how you become aware of your energy. Even like isolation. Like, for those of you who go through like your isolation seasons, you're going through the isolation season for multiple different reasons, but one of those reasons could very well be you understanding what's your energy and what's not. If you are away from people, you're away from people's projections, and you're away from people, like, you know, just their energy, period. It's going to help you, because especially if you're always around other people in a time where you haven't mastered yourself or your gifts, God is going to put you through isolation season. But it's going to take practice. Meditation helps though. I can't argue with that. Meditation definitely helps. That's like my number one. Meditation, isolation. Okay, especially if you do isolation intentionally. And it doesn't have to be like for weeks or months. It could just be a day or two. Spend a day just in your body. What do I like? What do I not like? What do I stand for? What do I not stand for? What do I want out of life? Like, ask yourself questions. Get to know yourself. Knowing thyself is half the battle, right? Can't destroy the enemy if you don't even know who you are. Meditation is Satanismus. Is that a word? Satanismus think. I've never heard of that before. I mean, if that's what you believe, then that's your reality. If you believe that meditation is something negative, then that's what it's going to be in your reality. I'm not listening to them, honey. I'm not ignorant to meditation at all. And to say, I honestly get why people feel like it's something dark, because their brain specifically cannot handle that level of ascension. The human brain is like, there's a lot of things the human brain cannot fathom. And most people cannot fathom like ascending that high, reaching God consciousness, reaching a higher consciousness. Their brain just can't handle it. So because they can't handle it, they automatically paint it as something demonic. That makes perfect sense. I totally understand why somebody would think that. And that's fine. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. I'm going to keep doing what works for me. You keep doing what works for you. And we're going to see, you know, how well we'll all be in a short amount of time. That doesn't bother me. I would never even like, and to be honest, that person is probably very religious, and religious people are usually very, very paranoid and scared of everything. They're scared of like synchronicities of numbers. They're scared of meditation. They're scared of yoga. They're scared of sound bowls. They're scared of everything. I would hate to live like that. I would hate to live like that. To live in constant fear of things that don't even matter is crazy. Like, I'm not walking around afraid and paranoid just because y'all want to be afraid and paranoid. That's you, boo. Don't project it onto me, because God does not want me to be afraid or paranoid of anything. So why would I be? That is not of God. If you're afraid constantly over such like minuscule things, then you might want to be careful of who you really are talking to, because you think that you're talking to God, but are you really? Because God is love. Why would God want me to be afraid? Why would God want to punish me? Like, that doesn't make any sense. When I tap into God's energy, it empowers me and lifts me up and strengthens me. You raise me up. That's how I be feeling. Like, God be raising me up. He be like, come here, queen. Let me get your hand. Let me put you up here on your throne, on your seat. God has never told me to be afraid or paranoid of anything. And anything that I have had some type of fear around was things that, something I may have experienced, like childhood trauma, right? Like, I'm a mom. Nothing scares me more than my children being out of my presence. But not only is that valid because I'm a mother, but also things I experienced as a child. Like, the things I'm afraid of are totally rational. It's extremely irrational for a lot of people, especially religious people. No shade, I'm just being real. Y'all be coming on my channel projecting onto me, so I'm gonna use you as an example. Y'all be afraid of stuff that's irrational, and that sounds like paranoia, and like that sounds demonic. That sounds like lower vibrational energy. You being scared of everything and projecting that fear out into the world, and then turning around and saying that you are living for God and you are doing God's work. You're not. You're doing your devil's work. Only the devil will want you to be paranoid and in fear. You are tricking yourself and convincing yourself and others that God told you to do this. God told me to warn you that if you don't stop doing yoga, you're going to go to hell. You sound really, really ignorant, and you sound like you're being used by the devil because God did not tell you to tell me that. And God is not a God of fear. At least the God I serve is not a God of fear and like paranoia and like you go out here and you be scared, and I want you to make everybody else in the world scared too. That sounds like the devil to me. Sorry. Meditation is a useful tool, but I don't think it's ever really a root solution. I made that mistake in life. No. Absolutely not. Meditation is a tool most people use to get clarity and to ground themselves. The best teachers always going to be life experiences and just feeling what you need to feel. Totally. Let me see what y'all saying. People are frightened to be alone with their thoughts too, right? Ooh, that's a good one. You better write them thoughts down. It's not about scare, woman. It's about because is out. I'm not even finna read that. Like, I can't even get through that sentence. Good luck to you too. Exactly. Too much fear is definitely, that's some demon. That's low vibrational. Everything that you should know enough about energy at this point. Like, that's low vibrational. Yes, it is partly a mental illness too, but I'm not a doctor, so I can't come on here and diagnose anybody. Thank you, child of God. Thank you so much. Yep, it could be psychosis. No, you're not going. I would never, ever, ever, and I'm responding to like what Kareen said. I would never, ever let a human put fear into me, ever, ever. You cannot make me afraid. I'm not walking around here paranoid with y'all. Sorry, I'm not. You're doing a terrible job of trying to recruit people for your religion. You're doing a terrible job. I could give you better tips. If you really want to recruit people for your religion, let me know, because I got some tips for you. And trying to make people afraid and paranoid is not going to help you. This is 2025, honey. That worked like in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s and the 60s. It's not going to work now. Like, why would I want to be a part of that? That sounds like torture. That just sounds awful. That sounds like suffering. I don't want to suffer. God did not put me here to suffer. Make it make sense. Exactly. And there's nothing weak about me or any of y'all. So let's not even. If you think you finna come in here and make us feel bad and try to get us to join your cult, it's not gonna happen, baby. It's not gonna happen. That doesn't make sense. Get well soon. I hope you get well soon. And if you're trying so hard to convince me, that means you don't even believe it yourself. Subconsciously, there's a part of you who doesn't even believe what you're preaching, because if you did, you wouldn't be so offended and trying so hard to convince me and other people to be a part of it. When I talk about the things that I talk about on my channel, I'm never trying to convince anybody to do anything. Never. I'm just going to speak my truth. And if you align with it, you align with it. But if you don't, you don't. That's cool. But I'm not going to condemn you. I'm not going to like tell you that you're going to burn in hell if you don't follow me. What does that sound like? What does that sound like? Like, I've never ever came on here and told anybody this is what you have to do. I'm gonna come on here, pop my ish, and get off. That's it. If you align with me, okay, that means we thinking alike. Y'all do what y'all need to do, and I'm gonna keep doing what I need to do. I just feel like maybe stop coming into spiritual spaces. If you're so, because I have religious people who follow me who are not judgmental, and they respect my walk with Jesus, okay? They do. But then it's some of y'all who come in here and it's like you come in here and it's like you're being controlled by something outside of yourself because you want to attack me and other people for our different beliefs, and you think God is telling you to do that. I know the devil be laughing. He be cackling at y'all because you really think that God is using you, and the whole time it's him. The whole entire time you being used by some low vibrational entity, and you putting it on God. God is like, don't put that on me. I didn't tell you to say that, do that, or be that. That's not. I've been trying to get your attention, but you're not even paying attention. And the whole time the devil is cackling because he got you right where he wants you. And then you're going to turn around and rebuke me. I didn't tell you to come over here. What you coming over here for? How you going to come for me and then rebuke me? What? I hope you never see my face again if it makes you feel better, to be honest. Honey. I don't know. I don't know what the truth is 100%. I only know my truth and what feels good to me, and I'm okay with learning and unlearning and being wrong and being right. Like, that's the spiritual journey to me. Just learning my truth, connecting with my highest self, and whatever God is needing for me to do. I'm going to lose some, I'm going to gain some, I'm going to be wrong, I'm going to be right, all of that. And I'm just going to keep going through life and experiencing the journey. Like, I'm never going to say, oh, this is right. There are things that feel right to me, but I'm never just going to be like, oh yeah, this is the way, the truth, the life. I'm not going to do that. I'm totally okay with being wrong, and like, I just turned 26. 10 years from now, ain't no telling what type of person I'm gonna be and what knowledge I have acquired on my journey. Like, I'm just gonna I'm gonna keep on my walk with Jesus. I'm gonna keep on connecting to my higher self. I'm gonna keep on using my creative gifts and doing whatever I feel compelled to do, and whatever happens, happens. Like, I'm just vibing, to be honest. I have lived many different lives. There's things that I have done in, like, a person I have been that is completely different from this person I am today. Like, my younger self, she was off the chain. I love her to death. I appreciate everything that she did to get us to this point, she being me. But she was off the chain, and I just swore I knew a lot of things that I did not know. But one thing I can say, I'm proud of the person I see when I look in the mirror. I'm proud of this person that I am today, and that's all that matters. And I may be somebody different next month, but that's okay, because this is my journey. And I want y'all to remember that. This is your journey. It's all right. It's okay, I promise. They're going to judge you for your past. They're going to judge you for things that you did or didn't do. I'm okay with that. I expect that out of people. I expect you to judge me. I expect you to pass, like, to tell me what I should have did or what I could have did. That's cool, because I judge myself all the time too. Like, you know. But I'm okay with who I am today. And that's what I love. And typically people who judge your past versions of you and want to hold you to a version of you that no longer exists, the person that they are today, they can't look at that person in the mirror. They can't stand the sight of themselves. So they have to focus on who you used to be. Because who you used to be could have even been worse than who they are today. But who you are today is doing leaps and bounds over all of that. They don't like it. They have to focus on that. And if they can't get you to focus on it, they'll try to get other people to focus on it. We're not doing that. Thank you for speaking on, and if on your journey, keep being open for learning and don't stop the venture. Yes, it's a venture. You got to make it fun, because life is already, like, especially for adults, if we focus so much on the burdens of life and like the bills and the drama and our parents getting older and the health issues and our kids, like all of that, it can be something that feels like a burden. But if you make it fun and make it an adventure and be a little bit more easygoing, don't be ignorant. Don't be out here not handling your responsibilities, but just be a little bit more easygoing. Just vibe a little bit more. If people just vibe a little bit more, they'll be okay. Just vibe and love a little bit more. And you may not be like that all the time. That's not realistic. Okay. But you should be like that most of the time. There may be a 5% of the time where you're like, no, I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm a human, I'm not vibing and chilling and loving, I'm pissed off. That's okay. But the other 95%, make sure you vibe. Progress matters in who you used to be. Exactly. As long as you're growing. I don't mean to be negative, but does it get better after an ego death? I feel like this whole experience is teaching me something spiritual, but I think I didn't really get it. I wonder if you're an earth sign or like a fixed sign, like a Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. I'm asking because we can be a detriment to ourselves because we are very fixed and we want to know the answers to things instead of just allowing. And I don't feel like what you said was negative. And I'm not going to say it gets better after ego death because it depends on the person. It's just like how, some people take shrooms and they say shrooms cause ego deaths and people feel extremely enlightened. But then other people take shrooms and it ruins their life. So it just depends on the person. It could be better after an ego death, but sometimes, at least I can say from my experience, it wasn't immediately better after the ego death. It became better gradually, but you just have to go with the process and try not to be so controlling because there's so many things that we cannot control. Yeah, I agree. It depends on the person. Some people, the ego death, I'm not gonna say it ruins them, but I mean, I've seen people like they don't handle ego deaths well, period. So I don't know. It just depends. It depends on you. But don't try to look for a specific outcome. That's why I recommend it to you, and you don't have to do this. This is why I recommend it to you to just like have fun with it right now And don't be so like overly critical of yourself, and don't overthink anything. Like, have fun. Like, literally dream up a new life. And it doesn't mean that you don't heal and cry and like if you have to go to therapy, whatever. It just means that whatever reality that you're in right now is not your desired reality. It's not your desired outcome. So try to focus on what your desired outcome is and that feeling of it, and do it for fun. Don't do it like don't be desperate. Don't be like desperate energy. I have to get out my situation. Just like have fun with it and just like, let me see what I can create from this. Because I have done so much healing. I have released so much. I have made so much room. Let me see what I want to put in these spots. It's just like when you get a new house and you're decorating, right? There's so much potential that can come from this new space. Like, how am I going to decorate my room, my living room, my bathroom? Like, there is nothing but space and opportunity and potential. What am I going to put in these places? So just think about it that way. I had it after a traumatic event, and it felt like I lost myself in my energy. Yeah, and it's supposed to feel like that. You're supposed to you're supposed to get lost. You know, they say all who wander are lost, or how Janae Eiko said, you got to lose your mind to find your peace of mind. You didn't lose a piece. You didn't lose yourself. You just lost. I wouldn't even say lost, but your energy kind of let go of an old version of you that served its purpose. After that traumatic event, you did die. But with every death is a rebirth, like the phoenix rising. So the version of you that carried you this far died. And it feels uncomfortable because that version of you was with you for a long time, right? That version of you carried you all the way to this traumatic event. And now that version of you is gone, and you feel weird because that's all you've ever known. And newness can be very scary. It's like I said, it's so much open potential for something else to be born. And I feel like right now you are birthing a new version of yourself, and it's uncomfortable. Okay, I don't know if you're a mom, but even if you're not, childbirth is extremely uncomfortable. The whole entire process, the entire 9 months and the process of pushing out the baby is extremely uncomfortable. It's how it's supposed to be, but at the end of it, you get this beautiful baby, right? You get this gift of life. So allow yourself to be uncomfortable right now, because you are stepping into a new version of yourself that you've never known before. You're going to feel weird. It's new. That's why babies are always crying. They're like, oh my God, where am I? I'm just playing. I don't know what babies are thinking, but if I had to guess, that's what I would think. Like, where am I? I'm hungry. I'm wet. Where am I? But then as the baby grows older, it gets more comfortable, all of that. So it's okay to feel disoriented right now, especially after you experience an ego death or a traumatic event. Just think of it like, okay, that part of me just died. And this is something new. It kind of feels like you remember like the first day of school when you were a kid? For some of y'all were like social butterflies. You were ready. But I know my first day of kindergarten, I cried. Because I'm like, this is uncomfortable. I've been with my mom for years, and now you got me in here with this teacher and all these other kids. I feel weird. That first day of school feeling, if you remember, always felt weird. Even if you remember you got classmates from the last grade with you, it always feels weird until it doesn't. So just be weird right now, but have fun with it. What do people always want to hide your potential? I can't imagine somebody hiding my potential, so I don't understand your question. I feel like you're shifting blame. Are they hiding your potential, or are you? Because don't give anybody the power to decide that your potential is going to be hidden. Like, what? Can't nobody hide my potential, baby. Anytime I look back into my life and I did not act to my fullest potential, it was not anybody else's fault but mine. Like, at all. There's people who want There's people who want to stop you from seeing it. Yes. There's people who will try to sabotage you. Yes. But at the end of the day, you got to take your power back and just like, yeah, shine your light. You have to be intentional. Can't imagine what women have to go through. My mother gave birth to 6 boys plus me and 2 girls. Jesus. Shout out to her. Shout out to Mamiana. I mean, it's a lot, but I mean, we're built for it. Happy birthday, Gemini. My name starts with a C, y'all. It's Cydney with a C. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Hey, yes, I always experience people trying to dumb down my light. I don't care though, I'm learning to transmute faster. Hey, Martina. Thank you for being a member. You the one, you the best. Yeah, I mean, I get that. It's just don't give that more power than you. Like, yeah, people are gonna try to dim your light, but it's like, okay, you got to think of it always like they're working for you, and them trying to dim your light is helpful to you because it gives you energy to work with, but also it kind of like, if you're anything like me, it'll give you an ego boost. Like, I don't know why, but for some reason people like intentionally going out their way to harm me or try to talk down on me in any type of way, hate on me, whatever, it boosts my ego. I don't know why, it just does. It just does. I wasn't always like that, but I became that person because people will say that you're nothing and then give you so much energy. Like, I'm nothing, but you cannot keep my name out your mouth. You're just approving that I am more than you are trying to portray me as. Not that I need you to portray me as anything, because I know who I am, but you're just like reaffirming that to me. I don't know. I feel like people pay more attention to diamonds than rocks, right? If you see a diamond on the ground, you're gonna notice that before you notice the pavement that it's under or the rocks sitting by it. Just saying. But don't say that somebody's trying to hide your light or your potential. Like, I get what you're saying, but also that shouldn't even matter to you, to be honest. Like, so what? Who are they? Are they the president? Are they the queen? Like, who are they? Like, how can they do that to you? They can say whatever they want to say. They can even go out their way to try to do something, but they're not more powerful than you or God, if you believe in God. I just feel like that's a situation that you can only allow somebody to do that to you. Right. It's like if we use the analogy of a diamond. If you take, there's like a page I follow on Instagram. They're always posting these beautiful diamonds and like diamond rings. If you take this diamond and you got 30 people around this diamond, and 25 of those people are just like recognizing that diamond for what it is and like, oh, it's beautiful, flawless, right? And then you got 5 people like, it's really not even all that. Is that gonna stop the diamond from shining? No, it's not. Just because one person or a couple people say this diamond is not really all that, it's not taking away from what the diamond actually is. It's not taking away from the clarity of this diamond. This diamond is flawless. that's very obvious to somebody who is secure in themselves, or somebody who recognizes a diamond when they see it. But for somebody who is not secure in themselves and needs to dim somebody else's light, of course they're going to say it's not all that. They're not all of that. They don't want you to be that. You got to walk around and think of yourself like a diamond. Nothing that you can't cuss out a diamond, you can't hate on a diamond and stop it from shining, honey. Like, you just can't. I'm going to shine regardless. You cannot stop that. Exactly. And that's the other thing that I like, RFP. That's the other thing that I love, because everyone else, all 25 of those other people, are going to look at the other 5 people like they're crazy. Like, you were obviously hating. You were obviously insane, because this diamond is clearly flawless. No clouds. This diamond is clearly very flawless. So you getting in this group trying to throw dirt on this diamond makes you look like a peon. It makes you look like a hater, and you are further validating this diamond's like shine. Exactly. They expose themselves, which I also really enjoy. I enjoy when people expose themselves without me having to say anything. I love it. Exactly. A diamond is always going to be a diamond. I can sense the jealousy, envy, and negative energy when I walk through, like it's my fault. I am who I am. I mean, I guess it is my fault, but I carry it with pride and choose to accept the man I am. That's all you got to do, because energy is felt. There's nothing that needs to be said, ever. Your energy is always going to be felt. There's nothing to talk about. I don't have to be loud with my clothing or loud with my mouth. I walked in and you felt the energy when I walked in here. And some people recognize it and they salute you. Some people get intimidated. That's life. I don't think I miss anybody. Oh, you're welcome, Lana. I'm glad it helped you. When you get good at understanding projection, even when it gets a little more advanced, you get insight into who's hating on you and why. Exactly. They're just teaching you more about yourself, honestly, especially for those of you who are like super kind-hearted and you're like, you've always been humble or like a little naive. Over time, you're going to be like, oh, that's why they were hating, because I'm that girl. That makes perfect sense. It didn't make sense before, because before I didn't know my worth. I didn't understand who I really was, and I hid my light to make other people feel better. But now that I'm not doing that, now that makes sense, because I'm that girl or that guy, whatever y'all say. That makes sense. Doesn't that make sense? Because it makes sense to me. Of course you would hate on me. Duh. What? Bye. Children. Life does get better, especially when you just accept it. You have to accept it, especially for those of you who are like, you're meant to be in the public eye, or you're meant to do big things. Even somebody who is just like, you could be a teacher. You're just meant to be celebrated or be around a lot of people or whatever. You have to accept it. You just have to accept it. Acceptance is really going to get you through life. Don't expect to be liked. Don't expect to be liked. When you're great, do not expect to be liked by a lot of people. But also expect to be liked by a lot of people. Because I feel like the love will always outweigh the hate. But just accept the hate as well. Like, accept that's what's going to come with it. People are going to love you. People are going to hate you. That don't matter. How do you feel about you? And never don't let the love or the hate go to your head, ever. Because I really do feel like a lot of you guys, because a lot of y'all make music and all types of stuff. Like, y'all are actors and whatever. Do not ever let any of it go to your head. Because it doesn't matter. Like, if you're going to have people praising you and congratulating you, but don't let that define your worth, right? Like, don't let it get to you where, because you got to understand also, when it comes to, especially for those of you who are meant to be in the public eye, people will turn on you quick. They will turn on you and they will try to take you down. If you get too high beyond what they thought you were going to be, people will try to come in groups and try to take you down. Y'all see it on a practical level. So please understand, if you meant to be like world renowned or you meant to be public, they're going to do it like on a higher level as well. That's why you have to know your worth, and don't put so much worth on like the comments and the praise and all the things people are saying about you. You got to know that for yourself first, because if all of that goes away, you are going to like feel like your world is falling apart. And it happens to people all the time. That's why some people can't take fame and all of that. They can't take social media. Social media is undefeated. Social media is ruthless. And some people can't handle it. They can't handle it because it's like they allowed other people on the internet that they don't know to validate them before they validated themselves. And once all that was snatched away from them, they felt like they were nothing. You got to know. That's why I love Nikki so much. Y'all know I got to talk about Nikki. I just feel like her journey is very spiritual, okay? That's why I love her, because that happened to her. But she also had so much support around her from her true supporters that it didn't matter, but also she knew who she was. She knew that she was a queen. She knew like it didn't matter that these industries are trying to blackball me and they're trying to go against me. It does not come close to the God that I serve. And it doesn't come close to who I think about. It doesn't take away who I think about, what I think about myself, excuse me. And that's why she always remained on top. Always, to this day. She didn't allow people's like trying to come at her and try to take her down, stop her. Because one, they were not more powerful than God. She's a follower of Christ. And also, she knew who she was. So trying to come up against her was pointless. And it only made her rise higher. I don't know. I just really like her story. I do. That's like a great example of like what I'm saying. It can happen, but you got to know who you are. It's even more nerve and breaking when your own family turns against you. It is, because you love them unconditionally. And a lot of times those are people you would do anything for. And to see those people not be supportive of you, it can hurt. But you have to remove, like, you have to remember that has nothing to do with you. I mean, that goes for anybody. Anybody who's like trying to hurt you in some type of way, that doesn't have anything to do with you. It's not personal. It's really not. Like, I've dealt with that. Like, I've seen like a particular family member, I feel like, who did not support me in the ways I deserve to be supported. And it hurt me and it confused me. But then I got to the point where I realized it's not about me. It's about how they feel about themselves, that won't allow them to support someone that they did not imagine to grow this far. And it could be anything that you do. I told y'all, some of y'all, you go get a new couch, somebody's going to be mad. They're going to be 38 hot because you done bought a new couch. Okay? Or you done adopted a puppy. They're mad. Like, some people are just weird like that. It doesn't have nothing to do with you. Like, we're all just like big kids. And some of us are healed, and some of us are healing, and some of us are not. Oh, well, don't let it stop you, though. You got to let that motivate you and empower you to keep going. You got to. You just have to. But all right, y'all, I'm about to get off the live because my phone is dying. and I want to make dinner. But I love y'all. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm drinking a ginger ale and it's like making me burp. But y'all, I may not have a video up today. It may go up again Sunday or Monday. There's like a little delay, but it's okay. I may get back on live tomorrow if I have time. But if I don't, y'all subscribe anyway. I have like over 500 videos. Go watch them. Some of my oldest videos are extremely underrated. And I feel like they're better than my newer ones. So if you feel called or one pops up, definitely watch it. But I appreciate the love and support. I really do. I hope you feel aligned and you feel blessed and you feel at peace and you just stop worrying about what a hater or a peon got to say because they're not relevant, okay? Bye.